February was crazy. How I'm feeling right now, I'm feeling like the calm after the storm.
Okay.
I guess that's where I'm at right now. It's like we was hit with so many different kinds of haymakers that we weren't expecting last month.
Mm-hmm.
So like to get through all of that and to feel like we finally got like multiple breakthroughs last month, it definitely feels more, I feel more calm.
Yeah.
I feel like I still need to gain more clarity on the direction that I need to go in now that I've had certain breakthroughs, because now I'm looking at certain things I've done or I'm doing differently now because of that, you know? So yeah, calm. I guess that's it right now.
What was the most challenging thing you think that you've overcome, this past month? That you feel open to sharing, of course.
I think the most challenging thing was probably my relationship with my mom. I think that was the most challenging thing because I thought that I was over so many things that happened in my childhood. I thought I was like done with it. I thought I forgave my mom for everything. I'm over it. Like I'm grown now. I'm over it. I'm healed. You know what I'm saying? And then like when we started doing this fast, certain things started coming up about like my connection with my mom and my connection with her mom and why. And I feel like I'm not able to fully connect with women because of my childhood and dealing with my mom and her mom.
Okay.
So realizing that was actually an issue that I thought it was done. Like I thought like I was over that. But now since I have the desire to have sisters, I have the desire to be connected to women. I'm like, there's some stuff that I actually had to dig up and deal with that I didn't even know was there.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, I guess that was like the most like challenging thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that having had the opportunity to watch you deal with that stuff was very eye-opening. And I say that because, like you said, a lot of the times we think that just because, we get older, more mature, so to say, and because we've personally dealt with certain things, whatever, or healed from it, or however people like to say it, that those things are just gone. But come to find out, a lot of the times, our past can drastically impact other things in our lives that may seem disconnected, so to say, but come to find out they're rooted in other parts of us in our past that we may not have paid attention to before. Yeah.
And I never even thought that the reason I don't feel connected to other women was because of my upbringing. I never thought about that. I'm like, there's no way this is the connection here. But for me, that is what it is. Like when you're the women who impacted you first in your life, they kind of like groom you to see other women a certain type of way. And I didn't realize that was the thing. I'm like, dang, why do I feel like I can't trust other women? Why, like, obviously women are like attracted to me and my energy and they love me. Like that's never been a problem, but it's my connection to other women. It's like, I'll let you into a certain point. Like we can be friends to a certain point and I'm like, we getting too close. I don't know if I'm like, we can be friends like that, or it's something within me that doesn't allow me to fully trust another woman. And it dialed back to my mom and my grandmother or whatever. So I'm glad that I had that breakthrough. What was it, last Sunday?
Yeah.
I'm glad I had that breakthrough with my mom and we were able to get past that and wipe the slate clean and truly forgive each other and just grow from that. And I feel like now that I've experienced that with my mom, I feel like now I can be more open to having like women in my life and having more girlfriends and having the sisterhood that I really desire, because I really want that, but I couldn't figure out why I couldn't break through that. You know what I'm saying? Like actually, like it's like I desire this thing, but how do I cultivate that? I've never been able to cultivate that. I don't have any sisters, so I don't know how to build that type of relationship. So I'm having to figure out how that looks for me moving forward.
Yeah. So it's like starting a whole new journey of you figuring out how Adoria looks in that environment.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And then come to find out, like I was posting about it in my stories and other women was feeling the same way. They was like, dang, I never thought that my childhood or how my mom raised me or whatever impacted how I view women now. And I'm like, yes, I didn't think about it either. So like being able to like, introduce, women to that thought and they're trying to grow and heal from that also. And I'm like, maybe this is my lane.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know yet. So I don't know what it looks like. So that's something I'm definitely going to have to fast for in this month. That way I can get more clarity so I can be intentional about whatever this looks like for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can help other women because that's my biggest desire. Like sisterhood is really what I want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So for more context, we did go on a fast this past month in February. And it was a lot. It was a whole lot. Like,
yes.
Literally, it was like, we started on a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember actually what day we actually started, but we started it. And then, so the first week actually started off rocky. There wasn't a whole lot of clarity on what we wanted to do it for. We just knew that we needed to do something. Mm-hmm. So that first week we were kind of all over the place. And the second weekend of February, we decided to sit down and really kind of map some things out about, hey, what is this really going to be for? Because we knew that something had to change inside of ourselves. Mm-hmm. And, we ended up figuring that thing out, on the weekend. And then that Monday, starting with me, all hell broke loose.
Yes.
Like, it was literally like a freaking awakening, if you will, of all types of literally like trauma, unresolved issues, all types of stuff that weren't even looking for.
Right.
And so, we wrote down all of the things, that we wanted to be in agreement on, all of this good stuff. And then I was literally listening to another podcast, and in listening to whatever podcast it was at the time, something ended up drawing me back to a book that I remembered that I had downloaded or whatever a while back, but never listened to.
Okay.
Ended up going into, checking out that book.
What's the name of the book?
The book was No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Okay.
By Robert Glover, as I believe his name.
Okay.
And it shook me to my core because I didn't realize how much of that book that I related to. Mm-hmm. A lot that I didn't, but a lot that I deeply did. Mm-hmm. And that really just sent me on this literally like self-discovery type reconstruction of everything that I am as a man. And it took me back into this place of realizing that I don't really know what it means to be a man. I didn't realize, how disconnected I was from a lot of the things that I went through in my past. I didn't realize how disconnected I had become from other male, companionship and relationship and just having brotherhood around me. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize, how much so many parts of my personality had changed over the time and how they had started impacting our marriage, impacting the way, that I father baby girl, so many things or whatever. So that ripped me apart initially in the fast. And that first week was really me figuring myself out, having a lot of hard conversations with my wife. And we did that thing. Mm-hmm. And I got to a really good place. And then next thing you know, my wife gets hit. Mm-hmm. All hell breaks loose on her end. And she's working through this process, of figuring herself out, her relationship with her mom. And it's like just this whirlwind of stuff just happening. Mm-hmm. And literally for a month straight, we was just going through it. And thank God that we did. Mm-hmm. And I say that because I think where God has taken us and what we're trying to do in this, next season of life, we had to get rid of all of that stuff because we didn't realize how drastically a lot of that was impacting who we are right now and how important it's going to be for us to have addressed a lot of those things going forward in our future, being more vulnerable with each other, being more okay and open with our past and what we've gone through, and getting to a place to where we were so much more comfortable realizing that our past have shaped us into who we are today, and being happy about that, being glad about that stuff, and realizing that it didn't take anything from us. And we get the opportunity to choose the perspective that serves us in all that we've gone through, and being grateful for that stuff. And now having gotten to a point to where like, hey, you know what? We've dealt with these things. And now how can we take our perspective from what we've experienced and grown through and all of that stuff, and be able to use it to serve us in a direction that we're growing with, creating more community, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a community, you know, for other couples who genuinely enjoy and love being married, and being able to connect with people in a deeper way. And now we're here figuring out, you know, what the way ahead is really going to look like for us. Now that we've had this opportunity to really overcome yet another part of ourselves.
Yes.
And that was just a little bit of a recap.
A small amount.
Small recap.
Yeah. I feel like February was the longest month of life.
Yeah. Life.
Life was life for real.
Life.
I was like, oh, this is not, Lord. I mean, I know we said we wanted some things and we wanted you to reveal some stuff, but not like this. Like, not like this, Lord.
I'm trying to tell you.
But it was like, you know what? It was chaotic. It was crazy. It was emotional. But it was necessary.
Big facts.
It was so necessary. And I'm so glad on the other side. Now that we on the other side. Let's be honest. Because when we was going through, I was not happy at all.
Nobody was.
Nobody was happy. So now that we're on the other side of that, I'm really grateful that we did go through that and grew through that. Because it was definitely necessary. And I'm glad that stuff was dug up that we didn't even know was there. Yeah, like I'm like, damn, like I didn't even know this about me.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I love the fact that even though that was probably the hardest month that we've been through in a long time, not only did we see our way through it, but we were able to see our way through it, and we still kept producing and prioritizing the things that were still important to us that had to get done. And we didn't let any of those things throw us off from the goal still being a goal. Because there are seasons in our life, you know, from years ago, way back when, where a month like that would have completely broken us down and stopped us from doing the things that we felt like we needed to do at the time. So now it's like really being able to have that hindsight to look at it and be like, man, you know what? Like we moving different now. Like now we're able to be attacked in some of the most intimate parts of who we are and still keep moving forward. And I think that is so freaking empowering, because now it's like, okay, well, if you can attack us in these sensitive areas regarding how we see ourselves, our family, you know, as parents and as all of these things, and we continue to fight and move forward and then not throw us off our goal, we still keep our marriage and what we have together strong, and we're still able to perform and do the things we need to do in spite of the difficulty, man, can't nothing stop us.
That's a fact.
And so we weathered all of that and still kept doing what we had to do. We kept the love strong. We never turned on each other, as always.
I was just about to say that.
As always. We rose to the occasion, man, and we saw all of it through. And as we're still growing through it, we're getting to see that the work that we've done on ourselves over the years is producing. You know what I mean? It has produced for us to be who we are today, to be able to go through moments like that and still be able to maintain and grow through it and not be completely broken down and defeated. Because we've been that side before.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
That was good. Oh.
So now having gotten through that portion of it, because I mean it's still, you know, early right now. It's early in the month. How do you see things moving forward now, as far as what you're capable of, what you desire to do? How do you see yourself, you know, in this new light moving forward after having weathered all of that?
Huh. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think that's something I need to gain more clarity on.
Yeah.
Like, who am I moving forward? I think it's so funny how, like, again, like, you can think you've healed from something and then come to find out is not as done with as you thought it was.
Yeah.
And then when you realize what it is, and then you lose the weight of that, like trying to redefine who you are now. Like, now that that's not an issue, now that that's not holding me down, now that I am really over this, who am I now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where I am now. Trying to rediscover who I am in this new light, now that I'm lighter because I've overcome this thing, because I've had this breakthrough. So yeah, I think that's where I'm at. So I don't know. I think, but that's the beauty of this. I don't know what this looks like. I don't know what it's going to look like moving forward, but I'm excited to see what it is going to look like, because I don't know who this version of me is going to be. So I'm excited. I have no answers. I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to seek more clarity. I'm going to ask God what he wants me to do, and I'm just going to move forward.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with not knowing exactly what that looks like. I don't need to know the plans to execute.
Big, man,
sometimes you just gotta go.
Big facts.
Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta go. Like, I can add my own little flavor, be kind of strategic, but it's just certain things you're just not gonna know until you do. And I'm okay with that, because I've done that before. Figure it out in the doing.
My baby different. Come on.
Thank you.
I hear you. Yeah, I think that's really where I'm at with it too. Like, I think I have way more clarity on what I want to do moving forward now. But I know that there's some things, like you said, you can only discover those things in the doing. And I love the fact that we've been able to address so many different things, through what we've grown through over the past month, that now we get to be a little bit lighter moving forward. So that way, as we're making, new decisions, as we're taking on new challenges, all of those things, we can do it in a much more clear space.
Yes.
And also realizing that we've had the opportunity to bond and reconnect yet again, having overcome yet another obstacle that attacked us in such sensitive spaces.
Yes.
And so now it's like, man, you know what? We are different moving forward. But now, how do we capitalize on what we've gone through?
Right.
To where we can refocus yet again and decide, all right, what do we want our future together in our lives, in our household, independently, in the pursuit of our own fulfillment to look like moving forward. Now that we have a little bit more clarity on our true identity outside of what we've been through.
Yes.
Because I didn't realize before how much the things that we faced in our past, be it from family issues, be it from all of the hell and whirlwind we went through, getting out of the military, all of the stuff that we've really kind of experienced over the past 4 years or so, I didn't realize how much of an impact it actually played on us and how we see ourselves, some of the decisions we've made, all of these different things. And now I'm like, man, you know what? We don't have to dwell on those things anymore.
Right.
Now we get to make newer decisions. We get to choose different paths and do those things from such a more clear and grounded space, not feeling like there's anything else holding us back, that we got to resolve and work through.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, well, who is this freed, more relaxed version of us going forward? Like, who do we want that version of us to actually look like? Like, what are they about? What are they pursuing?
Yeah.
What matters to them?
Yeah.
And now I know for us, we're in this season also where putting our marriage on a pedestal is a high priority.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's a high priority.
Absolutely.
Because we've been we've prioritized a lot over the years, but now it's really time to put our connectedness on the forefront, you know, and allowing everything else that we do to also be able to serve that, because we need us.
Yes.
Yeah, like we need us more than anything, because without us, what is everything else for? And I look forward to resting in that.
Yeah.
I look forward, you know, to spending that time just connecting with my wife and getting to know a newer version of you all over again, falling in love with this new version of you all over again, just like we've done before in the past.
Yes.
I look forward to reestablishing what our marriage looks like now and creating something completely different from what we've experienced before together with you.
Yes.
And just seeing what that journey looks like together.
Yes, I love that. That's exciting for me too.
Big excitement.
It was really exciting.
I mean, I'm looking forward to every bit of it.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you. But that is marriage. That's our marriage.
That is our marriage.
And I couldn't imagine doing this journey with anybody else other than you. And I'm so grateful that we have each other through it all.
Yeah. Me too, baby.
I know it. Family, if you have gotten any value out of this episode, from us just sharing with you guys a little peek in our lives and what we've gone through, what we've grown through, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think. Follow us everywhere, man. You know, YouTube, whatever your favorite podcasting platform is, all of that good stuff. And until next time, family, my name is John Trone, and this is my beautiful queen,
Adoria.
We are one dope couple. And until next time, peace and love.